So here is the problem of portal frame for today's lecture. There is a portal frame like this. A, B, C are B members and B to D are column member, and AB is having length of 5 meter, in which load of 10 kN is acting at a distance of 2 meter from A, and AB is having moment of inertia is 2I. BC is having length of 3 meter and is carrying a UDL of 2 kN per meter over entire span, and its moment of inertia is 1I, where a BD is the column member which is having moment of inertia 1I and having height of 3 meter, and on BD there is no any kind of load is acting. So as per our usual first step, calculation of span moments and fixed end moment. So so first, for span AB, you will see for span AB, MAB, that is span moment AB, is going to be WAB divided by L, where W is 10 kilonewton into A is 2 meter into B is 3 meter divided by total length is 5 meter. So this comes out to be 12 kilonewton meter. So this is about span moment AB. Now next is fixed end moment AB. So for that, MFAB is going to be minus WAB square upon L square. So W is 10, A is 2, B is 3 divided by L is 5. So this comes around minus 7.2 kilonewton meter. Similarly, MFBA is going to be positive W A square B upon L square. So this comes out to be 4.8 kilonewton meter. So these are the calculation for span AB. Similarly, for span BC, MBC, that is span moment BC, is going to be WL square divided by 8. So W is 2 into L is 3 square divided by 8. So this is equal to 2.25 kilonewton meter. Then fixed moment BC, MFBC, is going to be minus WL square divided by 12. So this is equal to minus 1.5 kilonewton meter. Similarly, MFCB is going to be same value but in positive sense. So positive 1.5 kilonewton meter. Now for span BD, as BD is not carrying any type of load, so MBD, that is span moment BD, is going to be 0, and similarly MFBD is equal to MFDB is equal to 0. Why? Because this BD column is not carrying, or BD span is not carrying any type of load. Now next is calculation of distribution factor. Now if you observe here, uh, as per our usual logic, at which point we have to calculate distribution factor. So whenever there is a intersection of column and beam, at that point only we have to calculate distribution factor. Now if you consider support A here, support A is end support, so we cannot calculate distribution factor. Similarly, support D is also end support, so here also we cannot calculate distribution factor. And lastly, support C is also end support, so here also we cannot calculate distribution factor. But joint B, that is which is the intersection point of beam and column, here we can calculate distribution factor. So first of all, at joint B we have to calculate distribution factor, and just observe at joint B how many members are meeting. So at joint B there are 3 members meeting. First one is this BA member, next one is this BC member, and next one is this BD member. So here you will write down first number of members meeting at joint B. At joint B there are 3 members meeting. First one is BA member, next one is BC member, and third one is BD member. Now in this case, for member BA, BC, BD, B is the joint. So in case of BA, A is going to be far support. In case of BC, C is going to be far support, and in case of BD, D is going to be far support. This is necessary for calculation of K values because K is dependent on nature of far support. Now, in case of BA, if you observe, A is fixed support. So whenever far support is fixed one, at that time K is going to be EI divided by L. So EI divided by L. So EI for BA is 2 EI. So 2 EI divided by L for BA is 5. So 2 by 5, it is going to be 0.4 times EI. Now in case of BC, if you observe, C is hinge support. So whenever far support is either hinge, roller or simple, at that time K is going to be 3/4 of EI divided by L. And EI of BC is single EI. So 3 by 4 into EI divided by L of BC is 3. So 1 by 4, it is going to be 0.25 EI. And third, BD. In case of BD, D is now far support, which is of fixed type. So here again, value of K is going to be EI divided by L because D is end fixed support. So again, EI for BD is 1 EI. So EI divided by L of BD is 3. So it is going to be 0.33 EI. Now summation of K, now 0.4 EI plus 0.25 EI plus 0.33 EI, it is going to be 0.98 times EI. Now for DA for BA is going to be 0.4 times EI divided by 0.98. So it is 0.41 0.41 for BA, for BC 0.25 divided by 0.98, so it is going to be 0.25 again. And for BD 0.33 divided by 0.98, so it is 0.34. Now if you take summation of 0.41 plus 0.25 plus 0.34, it is going to be 1. That means summation of distribution factor at each joint, it should be equal to 1. So if you take all of this summation, so it is equal to 1. So this check is okay here. Now next part here, or third step in our MDM is that carryover process or MDM table. We generally know this as a MDM table. Here roughly I will draw that portal frame. A, B, C and D. Now in all our previous cases, whatever problem we have seen, at one joint only 2 members are meeting, but this is a unique case where at joint B there are 3 members meeting. So first of all, what we will do, we will write down all the members here, member A, so all the supports here first of all, then support B or point B and point C. Now at B we know that there are 3 members meeting. So instead of writing only 2 members, here at A there will be only 1 member AB meeting. Similarly at C there is only 1 member CB is meeting. This is just for information. Now at support B there are 3 members meeting. First one is BA, next one is BD and third one is BC. Out of that, if you see, BD is the column member. So whenever there is such type of problem occurs, whenever there are at single joint, whenever 3 members are meeting, usually remember at B now there will be 3 members. So whatever column member present, that you should write exactly, that you should write at the center. So BD will be just below B. Now on the right hand side there will be BC and on the left hand side there will be BA member. This is why we are doing, because this is useful in writing down your distribution factors. So right now I will draw here one line. So on joint B there are three members meeting. On joint A there is only one member, and on joint C there is only one member. Now next step here we will write down distribution factor. So distribution factor for BA should be written on just below BA 0.41. For BD it is 0.34, and for BC it is 0.25. Okay, remember only difference in this problem is at B joint there are three members meeting. So in all other previous problem only two members meeting. That's why we have written down only two members at the point where distribution factor is calculated. But here three members are meeting. Therefore we have written down this three members and respect to three distribution factor. So this is your distribution factor. Now next is writing down your fixed end moment value. So MFBA should be written down here. So MFBA value is minus 7.2. MFAB is written down here minus 7.2. Then MFBA should be written down here, which is 4.8. Then MFBD is 0. MFBC is minus 1.5. And MFCB is plus 1.5. Okay, why this MFBD is 0? Because on column BD there is no any load is acting, therefore MFBD value is 0 here. Now some may ask, if suppose on column BD, if suppose there is a load like this is acting, then MFBD we can calculate and we can write down here in this table. But where to write down their MFDB value, that we will see very soon, where to write down compensate value of that value of MFDB. Right now this MFBD and MFDB both values are 0, that's why there is no need to bother here. But whenever on column BD, if there is load, if there is any load is acting, at that time we have to compensate that value of MFDB also. So where to compensate that I will explain the very short. So here you know that support A is fixed one, support C is hinged one. That means end support is hinged one, therefore we have to apply end correction. That means at support C we have to apply end correction. So 1.5 moment is acting with positive sign. So minus 1.5 moment should be added, and half of that should be carried over to nearest support. So it will be equal to minus 0.75, and to take now summation, so this will be equal to 0. This is minus 7.2. This is 4.8. This is 0. This is minus 2.25. This is the step of end correction. Now next step is we have to calculate unbalanced moment at the point where we have calculated distribution factor. So at point B, if you calculate unbalanced moment, 4.8 plus 0 minus 2.25, so unbalanced moment of, I think, value of unbalanced moment 4.8 minus 2.25, it is going to be 2.55. Unbalanced moment will be 2.55, and sign of unbalanced moment is positive. That means next auth correction will be negative here. But before applying this correction, we have to multiply with respect to distribution factor. So for BA, correction is going to be 2.55 into 0.41. So it is equal to 1.05. For BD member, 2.55 into 0.34. So it is going to be 0.87. And for BC, 2.55 into 0.25, so it is going to be 0.64. Now we have to look after carryover also, because this moment of BA should be half carried over to support A, because support A is fixed one. So half of this should be carried over here. So 1.05 divided by 2, so 0.2525 should be carried over here. But there is no any need of carry overing this moment of BC to support C, because support C is hinged one. Now, if you look at support D or member BD, D is fixed support, therefore this moment of 0.87 should be also carried over to support D, but that we will not be compensating here. That we will do after enter unbalanced moment at support B0. How to do that? That we are going to see very soon. Now we will take this just summation here. So this minus 7.2 minus 0.525, it is going to be minus 7.725. This value is minus 7.725. Then this 4.8 minus 1.05, it is going to be 3.75. This value will remain as it is for BD, minus 0.87, and minus 2.25 minus 0.64, it is going to be minus 2.89. This value is going to be 0. Now if you calculate unbalanced moments, so 3.75 minus 0.87 minus 2.89, so this is equal to 0. That means the value is actually 0.01, which is nearly equal to 0. That means this support B is balanced one. Now here I have told you that moment of BD should be carried over to nearest support D. So how to do that? Or before that, just here I will write down each moment value. This is nothing but your MAB value. This is MBA. This value is MBD. This value is MBC. This is MCB. Now final moment acting at D. This moment will be nothing but this MF or MBD divided by 2. This means that whatever carryover process we have to perform for this correction applied to BD, that we are doing at the last. That means MDB here now will be MBD divided by 2, which is equal to 0.87 divided by 2. So that will be equal to 0.4 minus 0.435. This is very important here. This step is very important. Why? Because whatever carryover process we are carrying out in this MDM table, just like this, just see this carryover process. Why we have carried over this minus 1.5 to support A? Because support A is fixed one, and whenever fixed support is there, it will carry half of the correction. Now, in case of BC, we have not uh, performed any carryover because support C is simple one. That's why it cannot be carried over. But in case of BD, if you see this value, we have never performed any carryover to this correction of 0.87. So what we are doing for that, and we have to perform carryover because the support D is fixed one. But here we are not doing any carryover in this MDM table. Rather than what we are doing, we have first balanced this support B or point B, and after balancing this point B, final moment MDB will be nothing but MBD divided by 2. That means this divided by 2 is nothing but carryover process which we have performed separately. So this MDB is now minus 0.87 divided by 2, so which will be equal to minus 0.435. Now if you remember earlier, I have told you that fixed end moment at BD is 0 because there is no any load acting at on span BD. Now if there is some load acting on span BD, so there will be some value of fixed end moment at here. Instead of 0, there will be some value of fixed end moment, and this MDB, whenever any kind of load is acting, so that MDB will be MFDB plus MBD divided by 2. Remember this. In case of any horizontal load is acting on span BD, at that time fixed end moment BD plus MBD divided by 2, that will be final moment of MDB. So this compensation you have to do whenever there is any type of horizontal load is acting on column BD. So right now there is no any load acting, so you should not bother about that. Now next part we will see drawing of bending moment diagram. So here I will write down first of all which is the left support and which is the right support for each and every member. So for A, B, C and D, for member A will be left support, B will be right support. For member BC, B will be left support, C will be right support. And in case of column, I have told you that to use the logic, if your portal frame is starting with left hand side first column, then for that column only bottom support will be left support and top support will be right support. For all other types of column, top support will be left support and bottom support will be right support. So in case of BD, B will be left support, D will be right support, this will be above side, this will be below side. Okay, now first of all we will plot span moment diagram. So span moment for AB is 12, span moment for BC is 2.25. So 12 for BC it is 2.25. BD there is no any span moment acting, so don't need to bother about that. Now next MFAB, MAB is minus 7.725. So left support negative moment above the baseline, 7.725. And MFBA, now right support positive moment above the baseline, 3.75. Now in case of BC, B is left support, so MBC is minus 2.98 and MCB is 0. So this value here is 2.89. Now in case of BD, B is left support, D is right support, and MBD is minus 0.87. So left support negative moment above the baseline. This is above side. So here 0.89 and MDB is 0.43 here. So right support negative moment below the baseline 0.43. Just we have to join this, and portion of AMD below this diagram will be negative, above positive. So this is your final bending moment diagram for this case, for this given portal frame. Now next part is in PDF given to you. There is one problem after this. This problem is also given in PDF. So after that, okay, yes, for this problem we will see in very short time this problem. So what is uniqueness in this problem? In portal frame there is overhang given. So remember, for giving sign for this overhang, remember this overhang BC, moment of overhang will act in this fashion, and restoring moment to this moment, or for opposing this overhanging moment, there should be development of moment like this. Okay, so now if, and you know that we also know that sign of moment should be given to restoring moment or opposing moment. So this restoring moment is anti-clockwise one, therefore this moment of BC will be negative here. Why negative? Because acting moment is clockwise, for that restoring moment will be anti-clockwise, therefore MBC will be anti-clockwise moment, that will be 2 into 4. So if you see here MFAB, that is very simple, minus WL square by 12, 2.67. MFBA positive 2.67. Then MFBD, now MFBD, now here you can see horizontal load of 4 kilonewton is acting. So WL by 8 minus 2, then plus 2, Then MAB, span moment AB is 4, span moment BD is again 4 WL by 4 by that formula. And here you can see this overhanging moment is negative 4. How it is 4? 2 into 2, it is going to be 4, because this 2 into perpendicular distance is also 2, it is 4. And why minus sign is given? Because moment is acting in clockwise direction. For that, restoring moment will be anti-clockwise, and signs are given for restoring moment. That's why this negative sign is there. Now next is calculation of distribution factor. So at joint B, now there are three members meeting, BA, BC and BD. Though this BC is overhang, that's why directly we will take this K is directly equal to 0. In case of overhang, remember K is always 0. Now for BA, A is for support, which is of fixed type, so EI by L. EI is given as 2 EI and L is 4, so 0.5 EI. Now BD, D is for support, which is again fixed type, so EI by L 2.25, and lastly DF is 0.67, 0.33, and DF for overhang is now 0. Why? Because K is 0, so 0 by 0.75, it is going to be 0. Now next, in case of in previous problem you have seen that at support B we have written down column member at center, but in case of overhang, remember you have to write down overhanging span at the center. That means at B there will be three members. First is BA, second one is BC, third one is BD. So this BA, BD are complete span, whereas this BC is overhanging span. And now DF for BA is 0.67, for BC is 0, for BD 0.33. So this is DF, and these are your FEMs. So MFAB is minus 2.67, MFBA is 2.67, then MBC is minus 4, MFBD is minus 2, MFDB is plus 2. Now the support A is fixed one, support D is also fixed one. So there is no any need of performing any type of end correction. So directly what we will do, we will calculate unbalanced moment at joint B. So 2.67 minus 4 minus 2, it is going to be minus 3.33, and directly we have applied correction here. So this 2.23 nothing but 3.33 into 0.67, and this 1.09 is nothing but 3.33 into 0.33. And now half of this should be carried over here because A is fixed support, and half of this should be also carried over here because D is fixed support. And if you take now summation, so MAB is lastly minus 1.55, at B MBA is 4.90, MBC is going to be 0 because this as this DF is 0, that's for correction for BC is also 0, and MBD is minus 0.9, and this is plus 2.55. Now if you calculate unbalanced moment at support B, so 4.9 minus 4 minus 0.9, it is going to be 0. That means this joint is balanced here. As far as the BMD is concerned, so now for this particular portal frame, this is support A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Just don't consider this rough part. In case of AB, A is left support, B is right support. In case of BC, B is left support, C is right support. And in case of BD, here I will draw. This is B, this is D, this B is left support, this D is right support, this is above part, this is below part. So this is 4, and 4 is nothing but your span moment, and on that these support moments are overlapped. So at A, this value is minus 1.55 because at left support negative moment above the baseline. Then MBA is 4.9, so this value is 4.9 here. MBC is 4, so this value is 4. MCB is directly 0 because C is C is free support, so always moment is equal to 0. So this is your line. In case of BD, negative point minus 0.9 value is there. So left support negative moment, so this value is 0.9, and right support positive moment above the baseline, this is 2.55. Because for this BD column, this will be above side, this will be below side. Like this BMD is plotted. This is about this problem. I request all of you to please practice these problems once again. And from tomorrow, we will start next chapter, that is matrix methods of analysis. If you are having query, just post in your in chat box. From tomorrow, there is one request from students that lecture should be taken on the morning slot. So from tomorrow, we will arrange our lectures in morning slot. And regarding your submission of, just let me off this.